We are live, baby. Episode 37, back in action. Today we got a good one for you. We're going to be going over some of our own personal gym fails and nutrition fails.
Yeah, I think this is really going to be fun for us to reminisce a little bit, but I think also just to get our listeners to recognize that, like, we don't have it all figured out. We're constantly learning and adjusting what we know about strength and conditioning so that we can become better coaches and transfer that knowledge onto our athletes. And to do that, sometimes you got to make some mistakes to realize that's not the path. That's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah, no doubt. It comes back to, remaining humble, and it also will give us a good opportunity to kind of reminisce on, how far we've came. We didn't get from zero to hero quickly. It took an entire process and, some bumps along the way. And it's kind of funny to look back on, where you came from and hopefully give you guys a good laugh.
Let's do it, bro. So
yeah, let's go a little, you go, I go, and then, we'll roll with it. So we got it split down into three categories. All right. The first one is a fail through our own training. Our second one is a fail through our own coaching. Then the third one is a nutrition fail. I'll start out the first one, my own training. And actually, this is kind of recent.
Right.
All right, this is kind of recent. Like, most of mine were, from years ago, but this one's recent. So our most recent lift off, right, that I competed in, where we deadlifted, we snatched, and what was the third movement? Oh, power clean, right? Mm-hmm. So that was what, a few months ago?
Yeah, I would say three.
Yeah, 3 months ago, right?
4 months ago.
Anyways, we're doing the snatch piece. No one even noticed this, right? So I go and, I'm lifting fairly heavy to where it's like, hey, I'm thinking be explosive, be explosive, be explosive. So I go to perform one of the snatches, and I'm explosive to the hips, but I keep my head looking down, and I literally smack my forehead with the barbell.
No.
Yeah. And, like, my adrenaline was pumping so much because I'm, participating in a lift-off. Everyone's watching. Like, I'm fired up. I swear to God, I hit my forehead.
Nobody noticed?
No one noticed. It kind of, like, grazed it, but it happened, right? It happened. I guess it was so fast, and, like, people are looking if you hit the lift or not, right?
Right.
I actually, man, did I make the lift? I can't remember if I made the lift or I missed the lift. But I literally smacked myself in the forehead and gave myself a bump.
That's hilarious.
From the lift off, right? So that happens. Then, whatever, a month down the road, I'm snatching again. I do the same exact thing, bro.
Stop playing.
Hit myself in the forehead with the barbell.
I didn't know there was such thing as too close.
Yeah, right? We coach all the time. Hey, keep the barbell close. Keep the barbell close. But, no, dude, I did it, and it was before one of our 9:30 classes. And I did it, and, dude, I was like, the fact I did it again, I was like, oh, man, you just pulled the same stuff.
That's hilarious.
I literally, and this one hurt more, bro. This one, like, I didn't have the adrenaline of competing in the lift off, right?
Yeah,
so
everyone watching
this one hurt, bro.
You felt it instantly?
This one hurt. So I literally dropped the barbell. I go into the bathroom right away. Like, it's straight shame, man. I'm like, I hope no one saw that. And I go in, I'm like, I gotta check, the mirror. Am I bleeding?
Got a big lump on my head.
I literally had a lump on my head.
Wow.
I literally had a lump on my head.
Have you done it since?
I don't even...
Bro, we gotta watch that on video. You might be just like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'm looking down.
That's never happened to me, dog.
No, but, hey, I'm humble enough to admit it. I don't got it all figured out. But, yeah, that's, a good takeaway would be... Don't keep it too close and don't hit yourself in the forehead with the barbell.
That's hilarious, dude. It reminds me, I was, when I was first learning, this is, late 2009, when I was first learning CrossFit and learning how to kip. We just had this convo about kipping. And it was just the coolest thing ever. I wanted to learn how to do it. And it really didn't take me a lot of time to learn it, but my quality of the kip would give as I did a lot of reps. And so would my grip. But I never understood, like, threshold training and what any of that, like how to strategize workouts appropriately. Me was all out effort every single time. And this one time, it was late at night. We had this ghetto pull-up thing set up in the back of the house I was running at the time. And it was shaky as it was, right? And as you know, the kip is just really aggressive. It's just this kind of forward back motion, forward back.
You're trying to gather that
And
rhythm.
we're looking at it and we're like, all right, we have this run, pull up workout. It's dark. You have to jump up to this ghetto rig. It was like a 4x4. We had 4x4s posted, and then we used this fence post on the top, so it was barely screwed
sketchy.
in. Yeah, it was super sketch as it was.
You didn't care though.
I didn't care. So anyways, I was like, all right, we're going to break this up into sets of 10, and then, you know, there's 50 pull-ups at a time, and then like 800-meter run, 3 rounds for time. Well, I come back in, and I'm like, F that. Like, if I do that, I'm going to lose to this guy. So I started cranking out like 20, and I'm on like 18. Like, right at the end, I'm going to 20 when I said I was only going to do 10, and the pull-up bar breaks. It breaks mid-air. Life, bro, like mid-kip, I fall straight onto my back, and I'm out. Dude, I thought I was dead.
You thought that was it, huh?
I thought that was it.
You started seeing the
Paralyzed,
white light.
the whole 9, and all I kept thinking is I should have done 10, I should have done 10, I should have done 10. And my boy comes back. Dude, I laid down for 3 minutes. He was coming back from the run, and he's like, what happened, bro? He thought I was dead, bro. I couldn't move. Anyways, no, that humbled me. It humbled me for sure because the humility was like, Mario, just do 10, do 10. Who cares if you lose?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you live and learn, I guess.
That competitive nature starts to hit sometimes and goes out the window.
Now I'm almost like too strategic, or I'm like, you know, I'm going to do 5 when I know I can do 15, you know? So there's always a balance there, but that was the first time I thought I killed myself, dog. Like, straight up. Straight up.
Bro, I could see you just plopped over, laying there, looking up at the
Didn't move,
sky.
like, oh my God, like I'm wiggling my toes, wiggling my fingers.
Doing like a
sure.
self-assessment,
Yeah.
make sure you're not paralyzed.
That was, yeah. And no one ever saw that, so that was, I guess, that I didn't have to embarrass myself, but I was just like, dude, you could have killed yourself, man.
Bro, I would love to see a video of that, too.
I got some good video pictures of that first CrossFit gym, ghetto rig. That we hung up rings on a tree that was like 20 foot high. I had to climb up there. Yeah, I got some good memories of that, man. My first squat rack, bumper plates, and weightlifting shoes I got then. Yeah, man, it's good memories, good times.
That's a little throwback.
Good throwback. What's up, bro? What's the other ones we're talking about?
So next one is a coaching fail, right? So mine is, it's probably, I'm trying to go back in time. It's probably 2013, right?
Okay.
I'm working for a corporate globo gym.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention any names, but
we won't do that to them.
We won't
do them dirty.
So I'm sitting there. I'm in a personal training session, and where I'm at, they're half-hour long personal training sessions, right?
Okay.
So if you want to give a client a good workout in a half hour, like, you got to be on it. You got to be pushing.
Sure.
You know, you got to, make effectiveness of your time. So the sessions were pretty intense, right? If that's part of CrossFit's definition is intensity that delivers results, right? There's no point about it.
Yep.
So anyways, we're training a female client. Okay, training a female client. We're doing, I remember to this day, we're doing a leg press and goblet squat combo, right?
Okay.
It's pretty intense. We're pushing the pace. It's two, big compound movements, so to speak. And, we're like 3 sets in, and I'm pushing her. She's starting to lose a little bit of gas. I'm, pushing her through it. So then she's like, Brett, I'm not starting to feel too good. I'm like, all right, well, let's take a second. Let's take a second, recover a little bit. And then she's like, Brett, I think I'm going to pass out. I'm like, oh, shit. At this point, I'm starting to realize it's too late at this point.
Oh, she's jumped up the cliff.
No, I'm starting to realize at this point, like, okay,
oh my gosh,
it's way too late. So I sit her down, right? And then she's like, Brett, I really think I'm going to pass out. I'm like, okay, well, shit, let me, maybe the blood sugar's super low. I'm going to get a Gatorade or banana, right? So I'm like, chill. Like, I get a work associate. Hey, keep an eye on it real quick. I'm going to run to the smoothie bar. I'm going to get her a Gatorade and a banana, see if we can get that. So I go to the smoothie bar. The guy told her to watch her come sprinting around the corner. Call 911. I'm like, oh, no.
Oh, my gosh. She was already out?
She was out, bro. I just hear this thump. This thump, bro. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh.
So I go back, right? I get back within 5 seconds, and she's on the ground. And thankfully, there's like a nurse or like a doctor it was a male like right next to us working out, right? So he like just jumps to the scene. He picks her up, just like supports her head, and she wakes up within like 10 seconds, right? By the time I'm back, she's already woken up.
Wow.
And she's looking at this guy like, who the hell are you? Who the hell are you? And looking right at him, and like she's so confused, bro. She didn't know what the hell happened, right? So at this point, the ambulance already is on its way. So
oh my gosh, this is Brett's client.
Yeah.
This is Brett's client.
Yeah, right. I'm like, geez, this is a terrible look. So she recovers like after 15, 20 minutes. She recovers, right? The ambulance gets there. They check her out a little bit. She's fine. She just whatever. She passed out.
What was it?
So it was that time of the month for her.
Got it.
Right.
Wow.
And she loaded up on that Midol medicine. Well, I'm not too.
It's caffeine and
it's
ibuprofen.
a stimulant, right?
Yep.
It's highly stimulated.
Yep.
So, and then I guess that time of the month kind of was messing with her appetite, so she didn't eat all day.
Wow.
So she didn't eat all day, and she was loaded up on that Midol. So, I mean, and we trained like 6 o'clock at night. So she literally ate nothing. She pretty much ate Midol for all day. So just the intensity and the stimulant of that medicine just really took her body into like a shock, bro. Wow. And like the defense mechanism was like, you're done. Like, take a nap.
Did you ever train with her again?
Dude, she was actually my first client at that gym.
Man.
And we, still somewhat keep in contact to this day, but it was literally one of my closest clients. Like, that's why it was like, it didn't jeopardize any of our client to trainer relationship, because at the end of the day, it was her bad, right?
Yeah,
it was her bad. I had no idea. She didn't tell me that. She didn't communicate that with me.
Of course.
But yeah. So
what did you learn? How to communicate better? To say, hey,
communicate.
Is there anything you need to tell me before we start today?
I do that all the time now. How you feeling today?
Yeah.
Right? How's the body feeling?
Yeah.
And I'm aware more like when we get to that, climax of the workout, that intense, like, let's
You're
go.
A lot more sensitive.
I'm aware, right? I'm aware of what's going on.
Is where it's gonna get
if
ugly.
I see any signs, it's like, hey, let's back it up a little bit.
Right. What's an extra 30-second rest?
Exactly.
Dude, my story's crazy similar. I was at UF. A lot of people don't know this. I taught spin and group fitness classes.
That's great.
Group fitness class. We have a bar class I would do. I call it total body, I think is what I called it. And they didn't even have, you couldn't add weights on the bar. It was just the bar and whatever weight. Like, it went up to like 15 pounds.
Okay.
So you either had a 5-pound bar, a 10-pound bar, and a 15. Anyways, this is spin class. So you got to make your own music. You got to come up with your own workouts. They're hour classes.
So you made your own playlists and all?
All the time, bro. On CD, I would steal the music.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I had it all, bro. I'd steal all the music off YouTube and then play it. No, it was awesome. But this was also the time I was first learning CrossFit. So, like, I was, like, drinking the Kool-Aid. Mm-hmm. Like, I was doing all these circuit workouts. I was incorporating all the CrossFit workouts and burpees. Like, that, I'd never done a burpee in my life. But when you first do CrossFit, like, that's one of, like, that movement is usually an epic exercise because you just hate doing them. They're so exhausting.
They're intense.
So I had this bright idea one day that I was going to get... In my spin class, I was going to get him off the bike through multiple sets, and I was going to have him do burpees, and then I was going to put him back on the bike. So I'm like, why sit on the bike? Like, when I was doing CrossFit, I'm like, this is perfect. Like, I can get him off the bike. I can do some exercises, get him back on the bike. Yeah. I was like, nobody's doing that there. This is perfect.
That's a great idea, in my opinion.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're hitting legs on the spin. Why not go uppers with some burpees? Still keep the heart rate up. So anyways, I incorporate this workout into the class, and I might have got him off 3 or 4 times, did like 10 burpees, put him back on the bike, hit him some sets, go through it. Well, at the end of class, bro, I'm walking out, and I hear a dump.
Night.
Homegirl passes out, blacks out. Same issue. Boom, bro. And like, we have a whole protocol you needed to use when that happened. The emergency comes in. We feed. I forget what there's a medic on staff in the rec building there. He came in, gave her like some sugar pill, and she woke up instantly, bro. Most embarrassing moment ever. That's not even the worst of it. So it was my bad.
Yeah.
Because first and foremost,
why you get them off the bike?
you never get them off the bike. That's rule number one of spin
It's
class.
a spin class.
Never
buddy.
get off the bike, right? So, anyways, the boss pulls me into her office the next day, and she goes, I mean, basically it was, don't ever get them off the bike or you're fired, was ultimately what it was. So, no, it definitely, it was a humbling experience for a lot of reasons. One, just follow instructions, just like, it's a spin class.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Do what you're
right?
supposed to do. But two, it was just like you said, it was communication, it was getting feedback. I don't truly understand that whole situation which happened to her. It could have been the same issues, but ultimately I had to take accountability for like, that's a no-no, like you should never do that. So
I think you're being innovative though.
that's
opinion.
innovative, bro.
I think so, bro.
Why are more people doing
Do
that?
some squats, some burpees.
Like, come on. There you go, spin. They have a program right now. It's called Crew, where they're going rowing and body weight. That's the whole gym model.
See, you were onto something.
I'm onto something. We call it spin, and we'll just hit it one to the other. Anyways, I can't do spin anymore. I tried it like 2 years ago. I went with a friend who invited me, and I just couldn't do it. My knees were on fire. My ass was on fire. My back
Some of
was
those
on
seats
fire.
aren't even that comfortable.
They're not.
either.
I think that's why they make them uncomfortable. So you got to stand up
So
the
you
whole
gotta
time.
stand up and then the
Yeah,
legs
that's
start burning.
that's my conspiracy theory on the spin bikes. They make them as uncomfortable as possible.
I think I attempted to do one spin class.
You're
and
halfway
I
in.
walked
you're
out
like,
early.
No. Like, this is bull.
I said, this ain't for me.
No, the other hack that you would do is they always tell you to spin the knob to make it more, give more
up the
I always
resistance.
fake it, like I would spin the hand,
Fake the
but I
spin.
would never, I would fake the spin. So I'd just be faking the spin the
Make
whole time.
eye contact with the
Yeah,
instructor. Oh, yeah, I'm jacking this
turning.
thing up.
Bro, you gotta hustle them, bro.
All right, so those are two good training ones. Let's move to the nutrition one. So this is probably tops my first two, to be honest, bro. This is a big one. So I'm discovering this new diet, right? It's called the carb night diet.
Okay.
So basically what it is you're eating super, super low carb for like 5 to 6 nights.
Okay.
And on the 6th to 7th night, you eat a lot of carbs, right? It's kind of like a form of carb cycling, but it's so drastic that like on your low carb days, you're under 30, right? You get into that point where you're like depleted and like you have no energy, and then bam, you're smashing all the carbs you can eat, right?
Yep.
So that's what I'm on this diet. This is my first week of the diet. So I'm going 7 days. On the 7th night, I'm gonna train and then do my carb night.
You don't count the carbs, you just eat them?
Nah, yeah, just eat as much as you can,
Wow,
right?
wow,
So
wow.
what I thought.
Like complex carbs? What do you... You're getting to the point.
I got the guy that wrote this diet says the trashier the better.
Oh my gosh. Bro, you're gonna shit yourself.
Bro, the trashier the carbs, the better, right?
Okay.
And so just to backtrack a little bit, you know, I've determined over the years I've got a sensitivity to gluten, right?
Okay.
Gluten and wheat.
I would just get off of it.
Okay, I didn't know that then.
Okay.
I know that now, right? Gluten, and especially you're relatable to that because you're reading that book now, right?
Yep.
I mean,
Wheat belly.
Yeah, you know the wheat and the
gluten.
side effects of gluten that
Yeah, it's
can
terrible.
affect on your body.
It's terrible.
So especially if you eliminate it for a little bit and then you introduce
That's when
it,
you really recognize
that's
it.
when you really recognize it. So, you know, just to kind of add more to the story, like I've deprived myself from gluten and wheat for 7 days, and on the 7th day I'm having my carb night. So I have no awareness on a gluten sensitivity at this point. So I work out with this girl that I'm kind of interested in, right? I'm kind of interested in her. It's still early stages, but like there's some feelings, right? We're hitting it off pretty cool. We're working out together. We're hitting it off. So I'm like, hey, let's go to CC's Pizza.
Oh man, that's a way to carb up
and eat, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's my carb night. Like I'm gonna just go ham, whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna eat it. So I'm like, hey, let's go basically on a date after the gym, right? So we work out, we go to CC's, and dude, I'm slamming pizza, right? I'm slamming pizza.
Loving it. You're loving it.
I'm slamming pizza, and the guy that wrote this diet, it's like, hey, eat a lot of them, as much as you want, to get the effects of the diet. You need to consume a large amount of carbs.
Right.
Dude, so I'm freaking pounding pasta, I'm pounding pizza, right? So we're still at CC's, and dude, I start like sweating. Like I start like sweating, and like my stomach feels like shit. Like to the point where like
wow.
I'm feeling that bad that like our conversation is falling short now.
You're sweating.
Dude, I'm sweating.
Like, you're just trying to survive
I'm
now.
trying to survive. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, you know, the day is kind of going south a little bit, right? And it's just because I'm basically eating myself sick at CC's. Anyways, so we leave, and I should have literally called it quits, bro. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is normal. Like I'm just gonna keep
through
eating.
this.
So we go to Publix, bro.
Oh my
so
gosh.
the plan was to go back, watch a movie at her house, and eat ice cream and cookies, right? So I go to Publix.
Dude, this is not looking good.
Bro, I go to Publix, I get a pint of ice cream and a thing of those Publix chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah,
the fire ones.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Those things are good. Bro, I slam the whole box and eat the whole pint of ice cream.
You're an animal.
Right?
You're an animal.
So who the hell knows the amount of calories I'm consuming, let alone, you know, carbohydrates. So like we're watching the movie and stuff, and like at this point I'm just like so focused on this carb night diet that like I pretty much am not showing any more interest into her, and plus I'm like starting to feel shot, right? So I'm like, you know what, like I'm not feeling too good, I'm not feeling too hot, like I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna head out. Like midway to the movie, bro. Midway to the movie, she's like either that or this dude is a fucking lunatic.
Weird.
Like what is he doing? Like he's a trainer and he's eating freaking cookies and pizza in an attempt to burn fat and body weight. And so, dude, it's just an epic fail, bro. I woke up the next day. It didn't work at all, bro. I'm freaking 10 pounds heavier. I'm fat. Like
crapped yourself. What was it? Did you ultimately just, it's from the intolerance?
I mean, and look what the hell I was eating,
yeah.
Right? Like, you know, I did more, I kind of dove into that without really learning this guy's process on the diet.
Yeah.
And the diet is like, you know, lots of carbs, but obviously you can't have gluten, and if you got a sensitivity.
Of course, yeah.
Basically, long story short, is like pound a bunch of rice, like white rice or like bananas, fruit, like fast digesting, kind of spike your insulin for that day.
Yep,
type
draw
deal.
those sugars into your blood.
But yeah, exactly. But the whole gluten sensitivity thing kind of put that out the window, and I was too naive to stop because I was stubborn. I'm like, I just want 7 days no carbs. Like,
right, I'm gonna do this.
I'm gonna take full advantage of this night and eat what the hell ever I want, and it's just an epic fail.
Got him.
Epic.
So you never tried that diet again?
No. And well, that actually, okay, good takeaway was my awareness of a gluten sensitivity I had. Right?
So it just became more real after that.
Yeah, because I'm backtracking, looking back at the night. I was literally starting to get bloated after like my first piece of pizza.
Wow, that's crazy.
So it's like my, you know, digestive system isn't, you know, withstanding this gluten.
And you said that even today, like even when you eat it, you don't feel like it takes a whole day for you to digest
if I'll
it.
eat like a piece of bread or like a sub or a piece of pizza or something, I'm literally full all day. Like I don't digest that.
Which is irony because your parents own a pizza shop.
I know.
So you can't eat it or what? I know you got gluten-free. Yeah,
I just pound that now.
Yeah,
That's
awesome.
That's it.
And no problems?
No problem.
Wow.
No problems.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, mine's not as epic as that, bro. I mean, I ultimately, like, I was a very staunch proponent of the Paleo Diet when I first learned CrossFit. It was the first even book I read on nutrition. And so I became an advocate, not just an advocate, I was a staunch advocate of it to anybody and everybody. Why I didn't eat grains, why dairy was terrible for you, why you had to eat certain fats, like, and it's not necessarily that what I was saying was true or not true. It was that when I became aggressive to those kind of stances, I never opened the opportunity for for something else, for people to offer their viewpoint. It was either, this is what I believe, and if you don't agree with me, then we're just going to go two separate ways about this conversation. And it's just so crazy because there are still some guiding principles about the Paleo Diet that I still believe, but there are some that I don't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that has come through a lot of tough conversations, has it come through a lot more education that I have about nutrition to be able to offer a better message to people. Because ultimately what I recognize is that there is still a lot of credibility with a lot of these diets, but if I don't have the trust with individuals to have conversations with them, I can never even introduce that conversation to them. And so ultimately I realize that how more important it is to build relationships than it is to just like pound a diet in their head because I think it's the best diet in the world. And that was a huge mistake I made as a trainer, because when I read that book, I had personal training clients at the time. That was all I would recommend. It was paleo or bust. And for a lot of people, it didn't work for them at the time, or I didn't have a progression for how I could introduce that lifestyle. It was go cold turkey, take all this out and put this in, and I was doing more a disservice to them because of that. Or I just wasn't getting consistent results.
Too extreme.
It was too extreme, and it just didn't meet them where they were at. And we have a different message now, right? We based nutrition principles based on people's current body fat and experience. Like what experience do you have with current diets, and approximately where does your body fat sit? And I can tell you what diets work for those for different ranges. And it's a better message. It keeps people more open-minded, saying like, I'm not going to give you one diet. I'm going to give you a handful of diets that would work according to your experience, and then I want you to tell me which one's going to work for you. Now it gives them a lot better accountability versus here's the packet, read it, let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, everybody's different. You want something that can be individualized for their lifestyle, their current body weight, body fat, and something they can follow, right? Depending on their current eating habits now, if you give them something too extreme, you're setting themselves up for failure, right?
Yep.
It all comes down to where they're at, and it's got to be a sense of individualized for them specifically.
Yeah, and the other thing that I took out of there, Brett, was that as I started to read more about nutrition, I just realized that I still had a lot to learn, and that goes back to, one of our main messages today is remaining humble and not letting ego take a hold of us. Like how silly it was for me to believe that I had figured out nutrition reading that one book, and that the more we learn, the more we keep learning, and it keeps bringing us down different rabbit holes of different other philosophies and things. And two, the culture keeps changing, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
It keeps evolving, and we have to evolve with it or we're going to get behind. Not just trends. I think we follow trends to kind of dig deep into the root of those trends. For me, that's what I try to do when I follow trends. But just recognizing that the industry itself keeps evolving. And if you don't keep evolving by trying to learn and, find people that are willing to have these tough conversations, then we'll never make it. We're never going to be as successful as we want to be.
Yeah, basically you're getting left behind, right? Things are changing. The industry is innovating, and it's up to you to keep learning, keep yourself hand in hand with everything that's going on, and keep progressing.
Yeah, man.
That's a good place to stop there.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.